So let's put Lisa's thing down, and if she shows up, we can put it back up.
So,
Use that here. We ready? All right, welcome to Inspirata Community Association 2024 Annual Meeting of the Members and Committee Appreciation, Attitude of Gratitude. We are so thankful for all our fantastic homeowners. Just want to let you know, we do have the agenda here. We might be going a little bit off on the agenda, then we might do one section before we do the other, because we put a wonderful PowerPoint presentation together to show you how fantastic Inspirata and you are. We are recording this meeting. You can join it via Zoom, and you also can do it doing YouTube live channel. And with that, we are going to get started. Oh, before that, sorry. Oh, that's my next slide. Request for volunteers to count the ballots. And I know I had Kelly and I know I had Diane. So please go and meet Tara and she will show you the area. And then, is there one other person? Okay, Chef, if you want to go. And that way we can have opening and then counting really quick. Thank you very much. This year, we're doing a little raffle of a gift basket. So, you know, we want to entice our homeowners to come out to the annual meeting. This is not a board meeting. This is the members meeting. So there will be no board actions tonight. They'll be just showing you the accomplishments of 2024, doing the budget ratification and the board election. So as you know, our current community board of directors is Krista Bilbrey is our president, and she is Katie Home. Lisa Hires is our vice president, and she is a homeowner board elected member. Our secretary is Adriana Vera, and she is KB Home. Our treasurer is Zach De Leon, and he is here present, and he's doing a wonderful job. And he is a homeowner board elected member. And then our director is Paul Chow. He is KB Home, but he also lives here in Inspirata. Moving on to our wonderful management team. I am your community manager, Sharon Bollinger, and I am open to receiving emails, phone calls, anything of the nature. And we do try to respond in a timely manner on anything. Assistant Community Manager, Shani Fozzie. And our CCMC Vice President of Community Operations is Larry Hartman. He's not here tonight because he's on vacation.
Okay. Hello, I'm Shani, and you can also email or call me anytime. So our community standards team, our lead DRC community standards coordinator is Ernest Young. And our newest community standards coordinator is Sunshine Nava. Our resident services team, you met Tara Height is our administrative supervisor, and our resident services coordinator, Jimena Barola.
Tasha, you want to tell us about the lifestyle team?
Sure. So your lifestyle team is myself, your lifestyle director, Tasha Bullock McMillan. We have the lifestyle coordinator, Miss Madison Garcia, and Jethro Puzlan is in the back. He is our communications coordinator.
And Elijah, tell us about the facilities team.
Hello, everybody. My name is Elijah Baca. I'm the facilities director. Want to introduce my team. My team, starting the very first one, is Edwin Flores. He's a operations coordinator. We have two porters, Susanna Solorzano and Jaden Cole.
Thank you, Elijah. All right, so our next one is just kind of telling the board of directors are the ones that makes all the actions happen, right? And the committees serve at the pleasure of the board of directors, and we have design review committee, compliance committee, Those two are hearing committees. Social committee, community enhancements committee, service area committees, and ad hoc committee. And at this time, we do not have any ad hoc committees. Community manager, assistant community manager, under her is resident services, design review department, and community standards department. Under lifestyle director is the lifestyle department, and under facilities director is the facilities department. Our legal counsel is Greg Kerr Esquire from Wolf, Rifkin, Shapiro, Schulman, and Rapkin. All right, Ernest, you want to tell us about covenants committee?
Yes, I do. So. We have Leland, John, Thomas, and Michael, and our board liaison is Zachary DeLong. So. First thing, this is not a typo. That's actually what our numbers are. Last year, we had 6,941 violations sent out. This year, we had 18,497. A lot of that had to do with, we're now fully staffed in our standards team. And we were able to go through the community a lot more effectively. A lot of things changed in that. And because of that, we also are sending out thank you letters for when the violations are closed as well, because we don't want to appear that we're just being harsh with that. You guys have done a great job overall. With the increase, you see there's a 1% change for the violations. Everybody's coming to compliance very quickly with it. So it makes our jobs a lot easier with that. And our overall compliance rate is at 98%, which is phenomenal. So
Very
give
good.
you guys yourself a hint, because this is how your value for your home stays up and everything like that. So you don't have to be concerned about those things. Now, our most common violations were landscape, of course, increased by 10%, mostly for weeds. Trash can, rubbish and debris, unstored trash, that actually went down 5%. Maintenance, just regular maintenance, that also went down by almost 1% as well.
Moving on to design review.
Go back to that chart, please. Okay, so the violations open in 2024 was 18,487.
Yes,
But then this says overall compliance is 98%.
right.
So I take it that 18,497 is only 2% of the
No.
violations.
No, it's the other way around. That's the total amount of violation letters that was sent out. And out of that, 2% was the only amount that didn't come into compliance right away after this. This is
After the
station.
process.
After the process was done.
Okay, so violations open, it was 18,000. Do you see where the confusion is, all right?
No,
Because I don't know, you know what an open violation is, but you just explained to me where the 2% came from.
well, the
So it
two,
could be violations open 18,467, for a layman who really doesn't know how your office operates.
okay,
18,467, right? The next row should be closed, which would equate to that 2%.
okay.
That's a good suggestion. Thank
Because the
you.
thing is, for me, I'm looking at that thing and I'm like, okay, well, if 18,487,000 is only 2%, well, then that means there was what?
Understand. Thank you.
Understand. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to design review committee.
Okay, so committee members, Peter, Alyssa, Lisa, Walt, and Daniel, and our board liaison is Krista Pilgrim. Okay. So overall, from last year to this year, there's an increase of a little bit over, almost 200. 809 from last year to this year, 1,011. And monthly average increased as well from 67 to 96. So, and majority of those were backyard landscaping because we have a lot more homes that are still being built. So that's still going to be driving. We have a lot of solar and pools from there. So that's all.
Thank you, Ernest. Tasha, tell us about the social committee.
All right, so our social committee consists of Kelly Michael, our chair, Barbara Conrad, Linda Tindler, Becky Roman, Carrie Hillman Wexit, Diane Reinhardt, Rachel Basaris, Harold Friedman, and Vicky Aggo. And our board liaison, Lisa Hires. So for our 2024 event highlights, we do a number of big and small events throughout the year. And we will highlight some of our big and most popular events. We'll start with our Border Buster Week, which we do every year during spring break for the last 2 years. This is backed by popular demand. So all week long, the lifestyle team, we partner with our community partners and we provide structured activities each day of the week. For Henderson Libraries joined us for story time. We had Cowabunga Bay join us this year for games and giveaways. And the lifestyle team, we also pitched in and did arts and crafts. We also partnered with our favorite ice cream truck, Street Freeze, who also provided the lifestyle team with an ICA branded ice cream cart so we can give away sweet treats to our attendees. We ended the week with our St. Patrick's Day silent dance party, which is always a hit. In April, we had our first signature event, which is our spring festival. This year, we did a Space Invaders theme. We gave our residents an out of this world experience. We had our resident craft fair along with our Fresh 52 Farmers Market, and residents got to experience abducted goats and a BMX half pipe show. And yeah, we think it was an event that was truly out of this world. And then we introduced some new events and activities. We did Puzzle Palooza. So residents were given 90 minutes to put together a 1,000-piece puzzle, and we did it. We had 3 winners, first, second, third place. And then we also celebrated World UFO Day this year. All our guests had the chance, as for residents of all ages, and they had a chance to either paint their own spaceship or they could build their own spaceship. So that was pretty cute. Everybody got creative, and some people actually built their spaceship with their painted spaceship inside. So that was awesome. And we also partnered again with Street Freeze for our National Bomb Pop Day. And we got to give out 3,000 plus bomb pops. And it actually was the first hottest day of the year that we did that. So welcome.
Yeah, what a quinky dink, right? Hot day of the year, we're giving out bomb pops, yay!
Yeah, and our game nights, including our trivia nights, they are continuing to be popular. We held our first one in August. In the summer months, we try to do more activities indoors. So we did trivia night. And we just keep getting requests for more, and it's really fun. And we also partner with our community partners such as Discovery Children's Museums. This summer, they did workshops for ages from 5 to 10. It was 3 different workshops. They brought a picture there. You see, they brought like dental hygiene, where the kids learn how to brush these big ginormous teeth, and they had a field day with that and learn how to floss them. So they did that one, and it was for ages 5 to 10 with the 3 different sessions. We also did music bingo, which is continuing to be very popular. So we just had one last Friday, which was a hit. And then we also, with our inspired by our mommy, Inspirata Mommies group, if you didn't know. So inspired by our Inspirata Mommies group, we did a Mommy and Me reading time. We partnered with the city of Henderson, and it was so cute because not only did the kids get to hear a story, the host brought it to life for them. So it was a lot of singing and dancing, and it was really cute. It was for our littles, our toddlers to 5, littles to 5 years old. So that was pretty fun. We had our karaoke night, which was a blast. So if you haven't experienced the karaoke night yet, we have another one coming up December 13th in the pavilion from 5 to 8. So that's gonna be really fun. And we had our annual pumpkin patch. It was sponsored by our landscapers, Brightview. And we had a record pumpkin unloading of 30 minutes, thanks to our volunteers and our resident volunteers and our
Way to
social
go, Zach.
board members. Yeah, next year we're gonna do it in 15 minutes.
No, we're not.
Just kidding. But yeah, this is another record year for that. And it was a great event. Our residents were treated to free lattes or ice cold coffee drinks. They were fall themed. Buy all that in a latte. We had Sparks Art Paint party that came, and you can go pick your pumpkin and then you can decorate it. So it was pretty cool. We had different other activations, face painters and everything. So it was really fun. And then we had our annual fall festival. This year it was Haunted Ghost Town. So hopefully you all had a chance to attend that. And we had a haunted saloon. We had haunted Ghost Town in the clubhouse and a bunch of different activities. As you can see there, we had entertainment on the lawn. So it was a great time. And we had record attendance again for both Pumpkin Patch and Fall Festival. Last year was 30,000. This year we were 3,500 plus. So that
3,000.
3,000, I'm sorry.
30,000 we'd be in trouble.
Sorry, yeah. 3,500 approximately attendees. So our events just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yes. And better.
and better, yeah. And some other accomplishments that I would like to touch on, that we had this year. In addition to what I just mentioned, we have our resident inspired events. Can't forget about our residents who also help host events for the community. We held our annual spring and fall kids clothing swap, and that's organized by our resident and social committee member Barbara Conrad. And then our resident veteran and inspired resident social committee member Charles Friedman. He held a 911 ceremony along with a Veterans Day ceremony, which was well attended. Commissioner Knapp came to the 911 ceremony, and then our Councilwoman-elect, Dr. Monica Larson, attended the Veterans Day ceremony. We also partnered with City of Henderson and continue to do so for them to bring wonderful events to our community. This year, they brought Shakespeare in the Park, and the play was Macbeth. They also brought the award-winning Celtic rock group, the Dorina Harvey Band. It's a free concert open to Inspirada residents and to the public. We also continue to grow our Inspirada Partner Sponsor Program, and we also grow our community partners. This year was a record year for our, I think it's on the next slide, you can see all of our new community partners and our sponsors, and they continue to help our events get bigger and better. So we are thankful for them. And the lifestyle team, we accomplished a lot this year with our signature event as well as our new programming, and we look forward to bringing bigger and better events to the Inspirada community and creating more memorable moments. But wait, there's more. Be sure to join us for our annual Winter Festival and Resident Craft Fair. It's on Saturday, December 7th in Lisa Park and Pavilion from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We're doing Winter Fantasy this year, so it's gonna be a frozen fantasy land. So pretty fun. And for the 21 and up, we do have a Escape the Cold Bar with a mixology class. So make sure all of you sign up for that. Hands on. So. And we also have our, as I mentioned earlier, Jingle Bell Jams, which is our karaoke night, and that's Friday, December 13th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the Solista Pavilion. And we have our annual menorah lighting ceremony on Friday, December 27th in the Pavilion from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you.
Great job.
Awesome. Nobody can say we don't do robust lifestyle events here in Inspirada. All right, Shani, tell us about Community Enhancement Committee.
Okay, our Community Enhancement Committee, we currently only have 2 members. We are looking for more. It's Jim Michael and Patricia Schmidt with Board Liaison Zachary De Leon. The Community Enhancement Committee met in February and May of this year with the initial topic focus being Inspirada Community Garden, which has now been put on hold because they are needing a president of the garden club. So we'll get that going again once the garden club gets a new president. That's all I have for that. Oh, service area.
Right back in service area committees.
So our service area committees were held in February, May, August, and November. And the primary topic of discussion for each was community houses.
Thank you, Shani. All right, we're gonna go over to Elijah to do Master Association accomplishments in 2024. Buckle up.
All right, good evening, everybody. So we're gonna start with TC1. We installed solar lights, about 4 of them on Demora Street, which is gonna be part of our safety lighting assessments we're gonna start doing. We're gonna go around to a lot of these communities that we have that have those walk paths and just make sure everything is lit up the way they should be and safe for everyone. We have the Solista Retail and Community Center HVAC replacements. So there was a total of 3 package units that were replaced. There was one that was replaced in the Solista Community Center, and there was 2 in the Solista Retail Center. Going over to the crack repair and seal coat. Thank everybody for your patience while we did the seal coat throughout the alleyways in pod 1, 2, 4-1, the Outlook parking lot, and also the Toll Brothers parking lot. It was a total of 358,000 square feet of asphalt across what we did. So thank you guys so much. We had a little bit of bad weather where we had to delay it a little bit, but thank you so much. The turf conversions. Thank you again for the turf conversions. There's converted about 6,396 square feet of non-functional turf which was required for the Southern Nevada Water Authority. Including areas at the Cataldi Walk, Brentana Walks, Pod 5-1 Park, and there was a section in Pod 5-2 as well. Going over to the benefited areas, accomplishments. The city homes, the roof inspections and maintenance. There was 186 units inspected and maintained. These homes were built between 2017 and 2018. The repainting project, there was 76 units that were built in 2014 that received full repaints. And then we had 288 units from 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2019 that received only trim-only repaints. We also did the plants and tree replacements, a total of 1,641 plants and 36 trees were replanted during the spring and fall replacements. We also, right now, are currently doing the decorative rock refreshment. About over 1,500 tons of decorative rock is being replaced throughout Village 5. We have the private gated neighborhoods. So we had a plant and tree replacements for the spring and fall. Altera had 193 plants replanted. Terraces had 185 plants replanted. Estates had 28 plants. Escala had 224 plants and 11 trees are replanted. We also installed some more solar boiler lights, part of our assessment, so we make sure the community's safe. We had 3 installments at Puerto de Faro. We had 1 at Milano, and we got 2 more that are going in Milano. We also have, that was completed, the plain old telephone line conversions, which was taking out the plain old telephone lines and converting them over to cellular. The gated communities that were involved, Altera, Escala, Estates, Terraces, Milano, and Park, all boxes were in compliance, or now in compliance with the new FCC ruling. Toll Brothers Clubhouse, asphalt, the crack repair and steel coated. In the parking spaces you see out front, the pool update. So we have the pool border and the outdoor shower tile replacement is scheduled to be done in December of this year. And then last and final, we have the Toll Brothers pool that went through the turf conversion. It was 1,216 square feet of non-functional turf that was converted.
And that was Village 5 pool.
Village 5, yep. And that's all.
Thank you, Elijah. Shawnee, let's talk about committee volunteer opportunities.
Okay, so I already said that Community Enhancement Committee definitely needs more volunteers, and actually an email blast did go out and I did receive feedback, but we're still looking for volunteers for that committee. They will meet again in February. And if you live in the benefited areas of Altera, Park, Puerto de Faro, Milano, Escala, Terraces, and Toll Brothers, we also need members on those committees as well. So please call the HOA office, email me, and I will give you the information.
Thank you, Shawnee. So we move on to request an approval of the 2023 annual meeting minutes.
Can I get a motion to approve the 2023 minutes?
Motion.
Okay, Jim, anybody second?
Can we get a second?
Second.
All right, Harold, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
And the meeting minutes were included in your annual mailer that went out, as well as we had copies here tonight. All right. I know, you already know that we're not raising assessments, right? But let me tell you how we got there. Okay, so I'm gonna do the budget. So a few things to keep in mind regarding the 2025 community operating budget. Projections indicate that we will transition to full homeowner board control possibly by the end of 2025, as KB will be done with 3 of the 4 product lines, including the townhomes. So we went ahead and budgeted for a transition election in 2025. What that would mean is, instead of having the 3 declarant board members, we will bring on 3 more homeowner board members through an election process. Whoever gets elected this time around will still be on their 2-year cycle, and then moving on from there, we'll have a 2 board member cycle, then a 3 board member cycle. Repeating, and it will always be homeowners. Some major increases in contract services, landscape contract increased, addition of turnover common area, and 3% increase per the contract. And that is our largest expense line item in 2025. Insurance. Insurance is by far, property insurance increased significantly in 2024. And not only for the community budget, but for the city homes budget. We got killed. So we had to adjust for 2025. We adjusted the budget accordingly. Community enhancement. Possible development of community garden and possible development of plans for larger community center. We really want to get going on that. We hope to have that really become something that really happens, as I look for my board members in 2025. Income taxes. Zach did such a good job of investing. We actually had significant increase for investment interest in 2024. So, and this increase was not budgeted. We didn't expect it. So we adjusted 2025 budget accordingly. And then for the community budget, we just received the 2023 audit. And from our surplus funds from the 2023 year, which was a total of $460,982, we are going to be using $353,207 will be carried over to balance the budget to a zero-based budget for 2025. Now, that does not mean we're necessarily going to use that surplus funds. It's just to get our budget down to a 0, we had to put that much to carry over. So we'll see. We'll see how we go, right? We'll see how we're trending. Currently, 2024, it's going to be much less carryover, but that's better because we're being more realistic about our budget and we're actually coming to match what our budget says versus actual. So, on that note, there are no changes to assessments proposed for the community or any service area budget. We did go ahead on the service area budget. Please note that the board of directors terminated the pavers benefited service area and absorbed the 1 minor maintenance item into the community operating budgets. Pavers is a very, very small area, and they had 1 line item on their budget, and it was to repair pavers. They have not had an expense for the last 5 years. And so the board kept saying, why are we having this? Why are we having it? And honestly, they paid $10 a quarter for being pavers, right? So this was such an easy one to just go ahead, dissolve, absorb it into the community operating budget and the community reserve budget. So that's what the board did. And then remind you, the purpose of the budget is for operation, maintenance, and enhancement of the common areas, reserves for future expenses, and social events for 2025. The 2025 reserve study updates for the community and service areas reflect adequately funded reserve accounts for the community and the service areas. Your 2025 budget reserve study information was previously provided in the budget mailings. So on that note, do we have any 2025 budget questions? All right. Budget ratification. The budgets were adopted by the board of directors at their regular board meeting on October 15th, 2024. Unless 75% of the respective owners of record vote to reject a budget, it is considered ratified as of this meeting. And I can guarantee you, you will never get 75% of the membership. And then we already said what the budget was for, and then a quorum is required to hold a vote to reject any proposed budget. So just a show of hands, everybody approve the budget for 2025? All right. Okay, now I need to stall because it's board election results, right? And I don't have the board election results yet. They're still. So we're gonna move to,
We can do the raffle.
yeah, let's do the raffle. Oh, let's do the raffle. Everybody had a chance to do the raffle, so we're gonna move up to the raffle. Ernest, can you go see what the status is?
Everybody has their ticket, yes?
Thanks.
Let's see. 147113.
Way to go, wow.
Wins everything.
There you go.
Go to the casino and win $900, I walk away with never five.
All right, so we've been informed it's about another 10 minutes before we'll know our board election results. So I am going to go to resident comments. This is the annual meeting. We don't make any board actions here. But is there any resident comments? Doris?
Is it Elisha?
Yes.
I was wondering, how do you make the determination where to put the lights and those things, those upgrades to the community?
Well, it's just me doing just a run of the mill, walking through the community, because I'm still learning the community. It's kind of where I see the need of it. If it's dark and it causes a tripping hazard, that's pretty much the biggest deal. If it's a safety hazard, that's where I make that, that assessment.
Okay, well, I just have a suggestion, maybe you could put some kind of blurb in the newsletter.
I think that's a
Regarding
great idea.
either your email or that you're doing something like that.
Okay.
If someone has a suggestion, because I just brought something up to Sharon.
Right.
What we saw
Mhm.
over Halloween night, about 10 kids tripping on all the stairs on the sidewalk in Theo by our house.
Okay.
It's near the ground sale.
And
So-
wait, I'm sorry, go ahead, Doris.
It was disturbing, and there's no lights, I mean, it's not just one section, the whole run. So, I mean, I wish if you could maybe give me your email or.
Yeah, absolutely.
give it to Sharon or whatever, I send with pictures.
Oh, absolutely.
So really go and evaluate what needs to be done here, because
So-
it's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
How about we just move it forward? Do you wanna like set a appointment or time that we can meet you out there and kind of like show you what's going on with it?
Yeah, so what we do is we're starting to take but I'm pushing the initiative to centralize all the concerns and reports. We do have one place that we have submitting requests on our website. So we can submit a work order. That's just not for work orders. It's also for any concerns.
Oh, okay, I brought up a concern about the website and that whole debacle, right?
Okay.
I'm just asking you personally, because I'm not gonna go on.
I haven't,
I'm not gonna make a work order.
I was gonna get to that
So
your actual point.
Tomorrow at noon,
Tomorrow at noon?
yeah,
Okay, we can do that.
I'll give you my address.
Let me get your email so that
Oh, okay.
we can do a confirmation of that. I can get all the details.
Yeah, it's being
We
recorded. I
can, we
don't
can
wanna-
figure this
Yep.
out after the meeting. We'll have
Yeah.
Elijah
It's
come up
on
to you, get
YouTube,
it.
I'm not gonna,
I'll come talk to you after the meeting.
perfect,
Yep.
thank you.
Any other resident, thank you, Jim, yes.
So I was overjoyed seeing the new lighting being operational on both sides of Via Firenze by Centennial Park.
Good.
This was kind of like my little.
That was your baby, yes.
And we had one side being Friends List and the other side not. What's going on here? Is it like the east side versus the west side? It looks absolutely great.
Good.
So hats off. And
Oh, no,
now
I'm-
By Centennial, we've got the nice signs of Inspirata, the big showpieces there, and now people can see everything. So that both sides of the community get equal.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're actually,
Great.
revamping that project. which is the street lighting. So you may see a lot more activity with City of Henderson. So it's a good deal.
Yeah, it looks great.
Good.
Who does the Christmas decoration around the Inspirada sign?
We have a third-party
Third-party
vendor
vendor.
that we hire.
That's nice.
Any other resident comments?
Sharon, is there any movement going on about the speed bumps that's brought up from time to time, but I'm not in favor of them, and I know the reasons for it, rescue vehicles, ambulances can be delayed. But is there still a push going on about that being a possibility or not? Is that completely off the board agenda?
No, you know, the last that we had, it's still the case that the city stands by their restrictions due to their safety. I mean, their fire department.
Yeah.
So that, we really couldn't go any farther. They have to change that. The fire department actually has to change that ruling or mandate.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's right, I mean, we're almost regular for it.
Oh, don't forget though, I have drove them crazy about doing a safety inspection on the entire property. So it's a requirement, so you could reach out to your new city council person or city council, yeah, okay.
You had
I'm
it
sorry,
right.
I know, I have a bit of a cold here, so my words are few, but my thoughts are big. Okay, so we could reach out to her because I keep asking and requesting that a complete study, safety study being done, especially after some of the events that have happened. So we've talked about it during board meetings. I've sent emails, I've talked to them individually. I don't get any updates, but I keep bugging them every couple of months.
No, it wouldn't hurt. I mean,
I know.
if we're falling down in any area.
I agree.
But personally, I think it's going well. If you ask for another comment, one of the things I think we all ought to do here, because a lot of times we take for granted staff and all the people who carry out the day-to-day things that need to be done. So I think, in my humble opinion, a shout out is in order to Sharon and her team for all they've done since they've been running the show. And it's reflected in the reputation that Inspirada has throughout the Las Vegas area. I run into people all the time, and I'm kind of a talkative guy, socialite. And when they ask, where do you live? I'll say Inspirada, they say, oh, we do great things about that. So that's reflected. And we also pop up on the news occasionally.
Yeah.
But it's great, and hopefully Sharon and the team, I hope the board shows their appreciation, if you know what I mean.
Thank you. Well, thank you. We really do appreciate that. It is a pleasure to serve this community. This is the most engaged, I keep saying this over and over, but I'm just so blown away because this is the most engaged community I've ever managed. And I love Inspirada. And I'm just so excited about our future. It is so bright. And as we grow, and then as we become a homeowner board, and I'm excited. I'm excited about, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love KB Home, but I'm ready for that transition. I'm ready for it to be homeowner board, full homeowner board, and get some things done. But yeah.
In our new board member coming out, new council member, but I know the roundabout is going to be changed at some point.
Yes.
And the last, I think, that Councilman Shaw's told us about that was that something was going to get started maybe in the March timeframe.
Right, but then I think they delayed it.
Yeah.
So nothing's current as far as we have no idea when the first stone is going to be dug.
We do know that they are going to change them,
Right,
but no specific timeline. They keep going, well, we thought we'd start in February of 2025. And now it's like, oh, that's gonna look like it's getting delayed. So,
I think it's still in design. Yeah, I don't think they're out of design yet.
well, especially because the Stations Casino delayed their project. And so now it's kind of like that domino effect. Okay, this got delayed, so this is gonna be delayed, so this is gonna be delayed. But we will continue to try to provide City of Henderson update on a regular basis at our board meetings. If that's not possible, we'll at least have the information available to our homeowners, either on our website or in a newsletter, blast, things of that nature.
Bless you.
All right, well. We don't check. I know, we're just.
Hello,
They had like maybe 20 votes now. So.
hi. May I ask some questions?
Lisa or Zach, do you want to say anything?
It's been a pleasure serving for the past 2 years, and I hope I get to serve going forward. I really do enjoy living here. I enjoy hearing all your opinions at these meetings. I usually, after hearing everything, I usually go to either City of Henderson or I'm emailing Sharon. Okay, we need to do this, or someone suggested this. And I really have enjoyed these past 2 years. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for showing up to the meetings. Thank you for just living here and being active in this community.
I wish more people came.
I do,
I wish you
yeah.
would say to your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, come to the meeting. This is your board meeting. I feel strongly. So I served the very first time. If you had read my little blurb, when we put on our very first two, it was one or two, I don't even remember now. But the first resident came on and I learned a lot about the relationship between the city and Inspirata. And what was the cities, the diversity between the two, and who ran what and where it's located, which is a huge ordeal in this community.
And it's really unique in this community because the city is so integrated with HOA, with the HOA, and it's,
Yeah.
you're trying to draw a line somewhere, but you really want to get things done. So
Yeah.
you really have
Literally,
to
their
work
square
with.
feet are
Yeah.
integrated
Right.
inside of our community.
It's what I wanted to think, but it's also a reflection of call it contentment or happiness that people have living here.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying that's why they're not coming. Oh, I love that you're pointing that out.
That is of course why they didn't come.
In my other life, I did a lot of zoning, and one of the things that had to do is people show up at meetings when they like something.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
If people like
That's
what's
nice.
going on,
Okay.
what, in the real world, they tend not to, come to these meetings. They say, I mean, maybe there's more going on in my family than I would tend to, because whoever's running the HOA, it's things going swimming.
I'm so glad you said that, but I would want to remind everybody that I don't know what you want unless you tell me. So there's that really big, I have strong opinions of my own because I'm a resident, but I had strong opinions about something at one time and did not make a decision until I asked my nearest and dearest
Yeah.
neighbors. I polled at least a dozen people, and the majority was not my opinion. So I'm not going to make any decisions based on my own personal opinion. I have them. Sharon knows exactly what they.
I do.
So,
Sharon knows all of our opinions.
yes,
Very well.
but I'm also much louder about something if it's what you want. I don't know what you want unless you
Well,
tell me.
Lisa, I guarantee and Sharon too, that the next time the new community association thing comes up, that's when you start seeing bodies show up, because that's the last time, 4 or 5 years ago, when this room was filled of people who were the pro community association or anti, and there were even some people who actually.
You mean a
moved out-
building?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the building, who actually moved out of Inspirata because they were happy about the way things were going. So I think, again, it's a reflection that people who live here feel that Sharon and her team and the board are doing the right thing by us. And if some hot burn issue comes up, then they'll show up. But it's-
You're right. I think, does everybody in the room think a community center where we can all go is something that we want? Is that what everybody wants? Yeah. You know,
I know I don't get a vote, but.
I like the idea of a community center. I would never agree to financing any money, where that's not something we're ever gonna do, but that's never gonna happen, and legally you can't do it either.
Yeah.
So, that would never happen. So you have to do it in cash. And then there are reoccurring operating costs on those buildings. And so if we move forward, it's gonna be kind of like this long range. We have to look at it from a long range. And so I would love to hear what everybody wants. But you have to, we're gonna have a certain square footage that we can work with. I had some fairly decent ideas. I know about construction. I'm familiar with what it takes.
Well, here's a couple ideas, because the issue that divided most people was whether, how much were assessments gonna be.
Well,
And we
and that
actually-
was my last
And we
piece.
actually
Are
did-
you willing?
And there were surveys, community surveys that went out about that. And you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And it probably would be in phase because of the cost of something, it would take too much money to do all can.
Okay.
For Sharon and the board, just a suggestion, maybe kind of hit the hot burning issue right at the outset. Would you be willing to, be inclined to an increase in assessment of, say, $50, put it in stages to see what the tolerance level is and how much people might be willing to go for. People aren't gonna jump at, the lunch on food pay now, ours is like, whatever it is.
Yeah.
50% more, they're not gonna jump at that, but maybe send out a teaser to people and say, would you agree to X dollars, or would you agree to X plus this many more dollars, and see what the reaction is.
Yeah.
Because I think the concept of having a community center is what people want.
I think we'll have one of those community center meetings again.
Yes, well, we definitely have a town hall survey. We really do want to hear from the community. Okay, does this include?
Yes, it includes these as well.
Okay, yeah.
Andy notes.
Wait, sorry, guys, I got it.
No, the fun cakes out there.
Yes.
Oh, no bun cakes.
Just cookies and.
We are going to get you some bun cakes.
I love this.
I'll bring you some footage.
Fun cake.
You have to come to our social committee meeting on Tuesday.
Do you know what the problem is? I had conflicts. Yeah, so we need to talk about.
Yes.
All right.
I think so, but we can.
So as you know,
Visit.
we did a hybrid election this year, where we brought in electronic voting. The board was, did a resolution to accept electronic voting. And then, we also did it the old-fashioned way of mailing ballots. And there was a little bit of confusion this year on the election because if we did not have just one primary email address, then we had to send you a mailing in the mail. So then you might have contacted us and said, no, I want to vote electronically. Then we said, okay, this is what you got to do. You're going to have one email as your primary email address, blah, blah, blah. I am happy to say electronic voting is the future because we got a lot more people voting percentage wise than we do snail mail and paper ballots. And so with the hybrid of doing electronic voting as well as the paper ballots, our first place vote getter, I can talk, is Zach.
Thank you, everyone.
And so the reason why I was really questioning and making sure, and then we did have our volunteers verify and sign off and everything, is the second highest vote getter was Stephen Grogan. And then Lisa came in as a real close third. So your new board members will be Zach De Leon and Stephen Grogan. Thank you. Have a good night. No. We're adjourned. We're adjourned.
Roger.
We're adjourned.
Okay.